Hello, hello, hello. I am spiritual life coach Latricia Booker here with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered, where we heal, we get delivered, and we get free. We know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits and raise and expand our consciousness to ultimately walk in our true divine purpose and power. That is the truth of who God created us to be. You all, first I want to take the time out to say thank you for the likes, for the subscribes, for the shares, for the financial contributions to my channel, for all the seeds you sow into my ministry. Thank you for viewing my videos. I pray that it has been a blessing to you all. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And so, you all, I am here to drop this beat, to drop this message, to drop this word, to drop this beat, to drop this word, to drop this message. Chicken. So yeah, here goes, you all. Now that they have encountered a Jesus, what will they do? Once you have encountered Jesus, what will you do? When we have an encounter with Jesus, we have a choice to make. When we encounter Jesus, when we become aware of him, when he comes into our presence, we have a choice to make. Do we choose Jesus, or do we choose to continue to go on the same way we've been going? Now, what I am getting to is this. God has been making me very aware of us who allow Christ to live in us, to reign in us, those of us who embody Jesus, we are walking Jesuses. Now, I'm going to tap into this and then I'm going to tap out. Scripture says that Jesus will come back. Jesus will come back, but he will come back through his people first. He comes back through those who allow him to live and reign in them and through them first. So we are walking Jesuses. We are literally Jesus on this earth. Not literally, but yeah, kind of. If he lives through us, if he reigns in us. We Jesus' little sister and we Jesus' little brother. We baby Jesuses. Okay. When people encounter you, what they're doing, they're encountering a Jesus. And God has been giving me earth angel as well. Scripture even speaks of how you never know when you're entertaining an angel. That's why it's so important to treat people right. That's why it's so important to treat people right, because you never know who people are. Now, here's the thing. Many people are encountering you, and you are a walking Jesus. You are Jesus here on earth at this time. Jesus comes through you. And you experience a lot of hate, a lot of jealousy, envy. You experience some people that just comes against you, that lie on you, try to throw you off your game, all kind of craziness. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You experience a lot of that. And we have come to know the reason why, and if you don't know, then now you know, it's because you are a walking Jesus. Now, I have to say this. Just like Jesus encountered a lot of hate, so will you. But Jesus also encountered a lot of love, so will you. In my last video, I spoke about how you have to say whatever God tells you to say, even if they don't like it. I failed to say that Jesus did the same thing. Jesus ministered, he talked, he healed, he set people free, he delivered. He had a lot of hate. They didn't like what he was saying, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, but he had a lot of love too. There's a lot of people that heard him, that listened to him, that recognized who he was, and they honored that. And those were the ones that were blessed by him. Those were the ones that got free. Those were the ones that were delivered and healed and all those wonderful things. Those are the ones that received the blessings that he came to bring. Those are the ones who have peace, who received the peace that he came to bring. Okay. The other ones were full of hate and envy and jealousy and all that evil. Not so much, which is what I'm getting to here. Here now, In these modern days, we deal with Pharisees, modern day Pharisees and modern day Sadducees. Now, when they encounter you, they have encountered a Jesus, because Jesus lives through you. What will they do? Now, God allows this on purpose for them to make a decision. Choose you this day whom you will serve. You got to choose one. You can't serve two masters, because you're going to love one and hate the other. Now, what happens is, there are some people who recognize it for what it is. They recognize that that you make some kind of difference in their life, and they're receptive. And they make that choice to choose Jesus, or to go in a different direction, or just to stop whatever they're doing that's not pleasing to God, and turn the path to do what's pleasing to God, to follow His ways, His precepts, and all those things. There are some who are going to oppose you. There are some that are going to fight because they're so stuck in their ways. And what I've come to learn that is a term that's going around, which is so real. Narcissism. So many of these people are narcissists, which kind of means they won't change. They will know who you are, recognize who you are, but because they have such a hard time accepting it, and that's a whole nother subject matter, but just to hit on it, they're going to fight you tooth and nail. They don't want to change. Some would say they don't know how to. Some would even say they don't want to. And that all may be true. However, God planted you there to give them that opportunity to receive Jesus, to make a change. And this is the thing here. Sometimes you are put there to be an example to them. You may have even been there to help them in some kind of a way. But because they did all the wrong things with you, they may have attempted to manipulate you, control you, bring you down, block, stop, contaminate, all kind of craziness. People be on so much craziness. And one of the biggest ones that I find is they try to drag you down with them, because they're so low vibrational wise, because you're high in spirit. Jesus lives through you. You're high in the spirit. They try to bring you down, which they don't understand that they can't, because the more they bring you down, the more you rise higher. The thing is, because they so low, and because they do the wrong thing with you continuously, they get farther and further away from you. It gets like this. And you may have initially been like this, and you may have been there to help them and help pull them up, because they're stuck in their ego and in their devilish ways. You're not able to help them because they do all the wrong things with you, and they go sink lower and lower. You go higher and higher. So now there's this big old great disconnect. And what I'm getting to is, what you may initially been there to do, you can't do now, because they have literally cut. It's like they're too far gone, and they've showed themselves to be so evil and done some pretty horrible things towards you, where you can't. It's one of them things where you forgive, but you don't forgive. You don't reconcile with someone just because you forgive them. You forgive them for your own self, to release yourself, to cleanse yourself, and you move on and you leave them be. So what I'm getting to now, that they encounter you, what would they do? No, you may not be able to help them. You may not be able to do what God may have possibly originally had you do there, because they did all the wrong things with you. And now this is no surprise to God, because God knows everything. So He knew this was going to happen. But even then, even still, although you can't work with them or do anything with them, and now remember this, they're still the same. However, you were sent there to give them an opportunity to make a change. And many a times what happens is God will eventually remove you, and it'll be left up to them to decide. Now that they've encountered a Jesus, now what? Now what? What will you do? And what God has given me is those who will receive Jesus, they will receive all the blessings of Jesus. They will receive the inheritance that rightfully belongs to them when you are in covenant with Jesus. Those who don't, He says, they will be turned over to a reprobate mind. They will become a reprobate. And what is a reprobate? A reprobate is a sinner who is not of the elect and is predestined to damnation. So that means that they don't belong to God. They're a sinner who continuously sin, who won't turn from their wicked ways, and say that they're not part of the elect. And the elect is God. They don't belong to God. They're predestined to damnation. And what God also gave me was Cain and Abel, and how Cain killed Abel out of jealousy, because what Abel brought to God was pure, and it was from his heart, and it was from love, and Abel was just on some crazy, and God wasn't pleased with Cain's gift, so he killed Abel out of jealousy. Now what I'm getting to is people be trying to kill you when they be coming against you and do all that, and some people literally be trying to kill you. Literally, they go hard. And I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna tap out. Some people out here doing black magic, and it's more common than it's out here. Now we know it don't affect us when we're covered by God. We know when we are of God's elect, it doesn't touch us. What it does is goes back to them. They catch all of what they try to do to us. They end up experiencing what they were trying to do towards us. Even if it's just wishing ill will towards us, wishing harm on us, not wanting to see us prosper. That is what they experience. Okay, I just want to hit on that. Now, they are now reprobate when they don't choose Jesus. When they still, after they have encountered a Jesus, that can be you, and they stay the same, or, yeah, just continue in their ways, or get worse, because some of them get worse, they become reprobate. And God also gave me, going back to Cain and Abel, Cain was sentenced to life as a wanderer on the earth because of what he did. So that's a reprobate. And a wanderer of the earth is like, you just walking the earth clueless, no purpose, no life, no, just there, wandering, lost. And God kind of gave me that is kind of what a reprobate is. And that's what will happen to these people once they have encountered a Jesus and they don't turn from their wicked ways. Once they have encountered you, the Jesus in you, and they continue in their wicked ways, they become a reprobate. Now, they probably were already on the verge of that, but when they encountered you, that was their opportunity to change from their ways and go in a new direction. And because when they don't, they become fully reprobate. And so, yeah, what will they do? What will you do now that you have encountered a Jesus? And I just want to encourage you that you've done your part. You know, people have a right to make their choices and decisions. We all do. It's called free will choice. God is a gentleman. He's not going to force you. Yes, his will is that you choose his way, but he's going to leave that up to you. His desire is for you to choose his way and choose him, but he wants you to choose that. He's not going to force it. Now, if you continue in your wrong ways, you're going to get the consequences of that. So again, what will they do now that they have encountered a Jesus? What will they do? Many of you are going to see people become reprobate. So, you're going to see this right before your eyes. You're going to know those people that have mishandled you, that were just on all kind of crazy with you. You're going to literally see them become reprobate. And you're going to wonder what's wrong with them. Why they're acting more crazy than usual. It's because they are now reprobate. And God will remove you from their wherever you accompany the same space with them, he will remove you eventually. But he's giving them a chance to turn from their ways. And again, that does not mean that you are supposed to engage them. In fact, you're not supposed to at all. You literally can't have anything to do with them at all. At all. At all. At all. So, I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to say it one more time. What will you do? What will they do once you have encountered a Jesus? What will you do? What will they do once they have encountered a Jesus? You all, I'm going to let that rest right there. I'm going to leave that right there with you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. please click on that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And also click on that bell so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. You all, if you are interested in any of the services I provide, all the information could be found right down below in the description box. And yeah, again, thank you for being here. I love you all so very much.